At 5, a Lebanon teacher seriously injured during a deadly police chase makes huge strides in her recovery. In fact, Pamela Argabright is about to return to her teaching job. She barely survived a crash last July near the intersection of Austin Boulevard and 741. At the time, police were chasing 19-year-old burglary suspect by the name of Andrew Barnhart, who died when he crashed into Argabright. Well, now, several surgeries and months of rehabilitation later, Argabright is very much on the mend, and Anthony Kiko's live with the interview you're seeing only on 2. Anthony?
Mark, Pamela Argabright had been a teacher for 16 years. She hasn't taught a class since the crash, but Monday morning she'll be back in the classroom teaching third graders at Donovan Elementary School.
Engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate.
Pamela Argabright is reviewing her lesson plan.
Following the 5 E's, as I'm looking at here to try to remember what to do, helps us to teach kids how to investigate their world.
And gathering the essentials.
Pack my lunch. This was also given to me by a student. They spoil me.
All in preparation for her first day back in the classroom.
It'll be so exciting. I miss them terribly. I miss my job. I love it.
And with the help of a crutch, she's also walking.
Well, I've come a long way.
This portrait of Pamela reveals a reality much different than the one I showed you last October. Back then, she was confined to a wheelchair.
I've had lots of surgeries since then. I moved to a walker, so I used a walker for quite a while. And then the therapist helped me to get strong enough to where now I'm using a crutch.
But she says her journey to recovery won't be complete until she walks into her classroom.
Well, that's going to be, I think, my first big step, because then emotionally I'll feel like I'm me again. Physically, I'm going to always have scars and probably pain and maybe not as much mobility as I had in the past, but I can deal with that. It's the emotional thing that I think I need back more.
She also tells me she needs to interact with her students.
And I miss you. I can't wait to see you, and we're going to have so much fun, but you better behave yourselves.
Pamela's first lesson plan includes science, math, and now perseverance.
I think that's our role as teachers. We do have our standards, my math and science that I have to teach them every year, and I'll do that. But I think there's so much more.
Now, for Pamela's first day back, a substitute teacher will be there to help. Our cameras will also be there Monday to show you the emotional day. Reporting live, Anthony Kiko, 2 News.
Five officers sued over chase injuries are immune from liability. Court rules. The Ohio Supreme Court ruled Tuesday that 5 police officers sued by a woman injured during a high-speed chase are immune from legal liability. NYC to pay cops more to wear body cameras. There was disagreement among the justices on immunity standards. The majority ruled that officers chasing suspects receive the same level of immunity provided by state law to all government employees. Justice Judith French wrote officers couldn't be held liable unless they acted in a wanton or reckless manner, adding that no other public employee faces the potential danger, violence or unique statutory responsibilities to apprehend criminals that police do. Fraternal Order of Police demands Amazon remove Black Lives Matter merchandise. We expect law enforcement officers to protect the public, but that expectation need not mean that an officer must sit idly by while a suspect flees the scene of a crime, particularly when the suspect's flight itself endangers the general public further, she wrote. She said lower courts had improperly expanded the immunity to officers unless their conduct was outrageous or extreme. But she said the officers in this case were entitled to immunity because there was no evidence they acted maliciously, in bad faith or recklessly. Justice Sharon Kennedy agreed with the court's judgment, but disagreed with some of the ruling. 2 justices dissented, saying the case should be sent to a trial court. The ruling stemmed from a lawsuit by Pamela Argabright, who was injured in 2011 when burglary suspect Andrew Barnhart's vehicle hit her head-on as he fled from Miami Township and Montgomery County officers. Barnhart died in the crash. Argabright's attorney didn't immediately respond to a request for comment on the ruling. Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine earlier this year formed an advisory group on law enforcement vehicle pursuits in an effort to reduce deaths from such chases. The group urged training on best practices and safety techniques.